How's it going out there, YouTubers? Cyberneticshark here with another new video just for you. So let's get right into this video haul and see what's about. So how's it going, guys? It's been a while since I've done a video haul, so I thought I'd do one because I've picked up quite a few movies over the last couple months. So I thought I'd finally put a video haul out there. I know I've been so preoccupied with doing movie reviews, so I've totally forgotten to do some video hauls, so I'm putting one out for you guys so you can see some of the new stuff I've recently gotten. So let's get right into this and see what I got, people. Alright, so to start this off, this is another various edition as well. So I got these from a whole bunch of different places. So the first movie that I recently picked up is an awesome, amazing, excellent horror film, The Purge. Now, The Purge is an awesome, excellent movie, and it's also the very first film in a trilogy that we have out so far. Apparently, there's a fourth one coming out, I believe, next year, so that's going to be quite interesting. But The Purge is an awesome, like I said, horror film, and I absolutely thought this movie was amazing. The awesome Ethan Hawke is in this film, which he's really good. He's a great actor. Loved him in the film Explorers. Also loved him in the Angelina Jolie psychological thriller Taking Lives as well. But this is just an awesome movie. This movie is directed by James DiMonaco, which I believe he's directed all three of them. And he's like the one that created the idea and all that good stuff. And it's just a fun, all-around, like, interesting concept type of movie. Simply for the fact that this movie, like, basically, like, the government has issued like a one day where you can do anything you want. Kill, murder, rape, whatever you want. And that's what pretty much the premise of this movie is that about that day and how one family has to deal with this craziness. And it's just a really fun film. I really enjoyed it. It's a killer movie. Got this for an awesome deal. I only paid $2 for this, by the way. The only thing that sucks is it does not have the DVD or the digital HD, but still, I got it for $2. I thought that was pretty worth the Blu-ray. So yeah, if you haven't seen this, definitely check it out. It's quite fun. Next up is another awesome horror film that I absolutely thought was really good when it came out, and that is Orphan. Now, Orphan, if you're not familiar with this movie, basically it's about this adult girl, basically, that looks like a child, but actually is really an adult, but still has the appearance of a 12-year-old girl. Basically goes from family to family, kills them, and, like, inherits their money, basically. And she's, like, a psychopath. This is just a really good horror film. I can't wait to watch this during October. It's going to be fun. I haven't seen it in a while, but I couldn't believe it. I finally found it on Blu-ray. It's just an all-around awesome movie. Actually, what's interesting about this movie is if you haven't seen The Shallows, or if you have seen The Shallows, the same director, Mr. Joam Colette Serra, he actually directed this too, along with The Shallows. And I thought that was quite interesting. And I thought this little girl did a really good job of being like such an evil psychopath. I thought she was really good in it. And also I thought that this was a really good movie. Also, from the fact that Vera Farmiga I thought was really good in it too. Along with Peter Sarsgaard and Jimmy Bennett, who plays is a kid in this film. I saw Jimmy Bennett in so many movies around the same time frame, and it's funny seeing him now as a grown adult, and it's like, he kind of really didn't change, he just kind of got a little taller, so it's like funny seeing him as a kid still, because now with him being an adult, it's like, it's kind of like just seeing him, I'm like, you look the same, how did you age? I don't get it. But yeah, he was really fun in this too. Just an all-around good horror film too. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, worth the watch. Next up is an awesome comedy film that I absolutely thought was hilarious. It got panned by critics, but it's still, in my opinion, I thought it was great entertainment. And that's the film Let's Be Cops. Now, Let's Be Cops is an interesting film. Simply for the fact that who has never thought of the idea of renting cop costumes and pretending to be cops so that you can get away with pretty much anything and people give you stuff. And that's pretty much what the premise of this movie is Damian Wayans Jr. and the awesome Jake Johnson, they both get these outfits, pretend to be cops, and like they get a cop car and like they go around and they like, get free stuff and like pretend to be cops, and of course their shenanigans get themselves into trouble, and then they got to get themselves out of it. So it's a really awesome, funny film. I thought it was really well done. It was directed by Luke Greenfield. I don't think I've ever heard of him directing anything else, or I haven't seen anything else that he's directed. But he did a good job with this film. It was really funny, real fun. All around, just a fun film. He also, Luke Greenwood, was the writer of the film, too. And just, it's a fun film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Worth a watch. Another one I got for like $3 on Blu-ray. I thought it was a really good deal. Next up is another horror franchise film. Now, this I couldn't believe I found for only $6. And it was 3 of the movies in one package. And I love that idea because it kind of helps condense space. And that is the Saw movie, Saw 1, 2, and 3. And this was such a great deal, I couldn't believe it that they had all 3, and it has the actual unrated edition of 2 and 3. And it was funny because I actually had 1 on DVD still, but I didn't have 2 or 3. And so those were really the only ones that I was still needed to complete my collection of the Saw trilogy, or quadrilogy, whatever you want to call it. And this actually helped me complete it, but it was such a great deal, and just it had all the special features that they have and all that awesome stuff. So this was a really killer find too, but another great, awesome, franchise. I absolutely loved the Saw franchise. Thought it was so amazing. Has a great cast in it. I mean, you have Cary Elwes, the first one, and then the 7th one, you have Donnie Wahlberg in a couple of them. I mean, you had just a diverse cast that helped make these movies so awesome and really brought horror back to its, upper levels, making horror awesome again. And that's what these movies did. They made it really fun. I really enjoyed them. Now, this is so funny. I just talking about Orphan and John Samant Carrette directing it, and I actually needed to pick up The Shallows, and I actually picked up The Shallows. So this is another one I just recently bought. Got it on a really good deal. It actually has a slipcover, which I love. I love slipcovers. And I was so glad that they had the slipcover on this one. And it was only $10. And it's such a great movie. I thought this was probably one of the best shark movies I've seen in years. I think just as good as Deep Blue Sea back from '99. This is such a good movie. Lots of great special effects in this film. The actual shark itself looks so real in this film. I thought that was so amazing. That, like I said, that Jerome Soretta, whatever his name is. Sorry, don't mean to butcher your name, buddy. But he did an amazing job with this film. Thought this was such an amazing, awesome movie. So glad I finally got it. I just watched it, like, a couple months ago for the first time, and I fell in love with the movie because I'm such a huge shark fan anyways. Shark, hello. And just an awesome, all-around, amazing film. So glad I have that for my collection finally. Next up is an awesome cartoon film. Now, I haven't probably seen this in 20 plus years, and I found it in the Walmart bin for $3. And that's the awesome classic Once Upon a Forest. Now, this awesome movie, it's a cartoon movie that was made around the same time frame as like Ferngully, Rockadoodle, all those kind of films. And this is another one that was just so well animated and such a good movie. I don't know why I hadn't had this yet. I don't believe it's on Blu-ray yet. I hope it does eventually. But if it does, if it's on Blu-ray, let me know, people. Leave me a link down in my comments and let me know if it is, because I would love to get this on Blu-ray. But this is such an awesome movie. This was directed by Charles Grosvenor. I'd never heard of the guy before. I honestly didn't know much about this movie, except that it's such a good cartoon movie that I loved when I was a kid. And I was very glad I found this and that they put it back on DVD. And just a fun cartoon movie, So, I mean, basically what this film's about is this trio here is trying to save their home from being basically mauled down and being taken away from them. Because these people are trying to come in and try to deforest their land and basically use it for, timber and all that kind of stuff. And so they're trying to figure out how to save their forest and also to save a friend, too, at the same time. Because one of the friends ends up getting hurt or something like that and ends up, getting really sick, so they have to find help for him, too. And it's just an all-around fun cartoon movie. It's kind of the same premise around all those movies from around that time, like Secret of NIMH, stuff like that. But it's a fun, awesome cartoon film if you haven't seen it. It's fun. It's real fun. I also picked up another awesome horror film, the original It movie, Stephen King's It miniseries from 1990 on Blu-ray finally. Now, like I said in my It review, I still feel that this is the best It movie. Like I said, the new one kind of let me down, and this one has never let me down. I just watched it again, and like I said to myself, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much better. I thought Tim Curry was a way better Pennywise. I thought all the actors in this were so much better. Just one of the best miniseries on TV. Just an awesome movie, and I'm so glad I finally got it for my collection. Next up is another horror film. I had this like horror kick or something, I feel. But this awesome horror film is a Jennifer Lawrence film, and it's called House at the End of the Street. Now, House at the End of the Street is, like I said, a Jennifer Lawrence film, and also Max Thoreau. Max Thoreau you might recognize from such films as like Catch That Kid, or also he was in The Pacifier with Vin Diesel. But this is a really good like horror kind of psychological thriller movie. It's just really fun. Great chemistry in the movie. You have no idea what's really going on, and then like the end is so surprising. It was really fun. And this one, another one, I got it for $2. I was so happy. It's another just good one that I wish I had for my collection to begin with. And so picking it up finally, I was like, oh, this is awesome. I can't believe this is only this much. But this was directed by Marc Tondre, which another director I have no clue what else he's directed, unfortunately. I've never heard of him before, even before I saw this. And I just remember going, this guy's a pretty good director. I hope he makes some other good movies. And he did a good job. The story for this movie is actually done by Jonathan Mostow. Jonathan Mostow directed Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, actually. And he's actually made quite a few awesome movies. But he wrote this, and I can see, or actually made the story, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Did a good job. Really enjoyed it. But yeah, a really good film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Worth the watch. Next up is the 2007 Guy Ritchie film, King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Now, I haven't watched this yet, but I found it for a super good deal. So I ended up just picking it up, and I was like, holy crap. And this is a 4K version, too. And I was like, that's such a good deal. And it just looks really good. I always like Guy Ritchie films. I think he's a good director. I mean, a lot of his films, like Snatched, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, I think those are such great films. And this has got such an awesome cast. Jude Law, I mean, you got Jude Law in this. That's good enough for me. Jude Law is the bomb. And then the awesome Charlie Hunnam, he's really good too. And I enjoyed him in Pacific Rim, and so I thought I'd give this a try, and so I got it for a really good deal. Next up is the awesome Jackie Chan film, along with the funny Jackass star Mr. Johnny Knoxville, and that is Skip Trace. I actually watched this on Netflix, and it was really funny. I thought it was really good, just lots of great action, but lots of great comedy in it. And the whole premise of the movie was kind of funny, too. You know, basically, Jackie Chan gets involved with trying to bring Johnny Knoxville back over to his land, because somehow he's involved with, like, this mob or something that's over in China. And Jackie Chan gets involved because he knows somebody that's involved with it, too. And they both go on, like, this funny, crazy... It's very similar to, like, Rush Hour or the Shanghai Nights movies. And it's just a fun, all-around good time. Johnny Knoxville does a hilarious job in it. I thought he was real good. This was actually directed by Renny Harlin. Renny Harlin directed the awesome films Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone. And he also directed Deep Blue Sea in 1999. And also the awesome second Die Hard film, Die Harder. I think Renny Harlin's a great director, too, and I thought he did a really good job with this. It was real fun, real fantastic, lots of great action, like I said. Just an all-around fun film. Alright, so the last movie on our list is another one I haven't seen, but picked it up for a super good deal. And that is the Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, and Alan Arkin film, Going in Style. So this movie just kind of looks really hilarious to me. I mean, it's got a great cast. I mean, Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Alan Arkin, you can't go wrong. I mean, they're amazing actors. And I think Alan Arkin's hilarious, especially when he was in Little Miss Sunshine and also in the awesome Burt Wonderstone movie. Now, I did not know this, but this movie is actually directed by Zach Braff. We all know Zach Braff from the TV show Scrubs, and also the awesome movie The X. But this is directed by him. That's kind of interesting. I did not realize that. And I'm just finding that actually right now. And it's going to be interesting to watch because I had never seen anything he's directed before. So it's going to be fun, I think. It looks super funny. Did really good in the theaters. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this. For a good deal that it was, I couldn't pass it up. So that's it for this awesome video haul, folks. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And as always, please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit that button so you don't miss one of these awesome videos, people. And as always, leave your comments down below. Let me know if there's anything you'd like to see in future videos, or something reviewed, or if you have an idea for a different type of video that you'd like to see. And as always, keep your eyes out for any old or newer videos you might not have seen mine yet. And as always, if you're interested in horror movies, remember, check out the link down below for the horror pack. It's the most awesomest pack you can ever get, people. It is so awesome, so amazing. 4 Blu-rays or 4 DVDs for a great price right to your door. And especially with October coming up, you're going to want to watch your horror films. And it's so awesome because you get these limited editions that you get from this awesome pack, too, that you can only get through Horror Pack. You can't find them anywhere else. Such as an awesome one called Knucklebones, which was really good. It was very good. It was interesting. It wasn't like super expensive type of film, but at the same time, it was so well done that it was actually good. I was really surprised by it. I thought it was going to be crappy at first, but after watching, I was like, wow, this is actually pretty darn good. But yeah, it's an awesome program. If you haven't seen it or haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it out, people. Click that button. And if you're interested in it, hit me up with a DM, and I'll let you know about our awesome promotion right now. And I'll give you the click to be able to get that promotion, people. So if you're interested, PM me, people. PM me. And as always, if you like my new shirt with my logo on it, let me know. Let me know down in the comments, too, as well. And guess what? Catch you in the next one.